Hi guys, Andrea Cox here with The Detox Intuitive, thedetoxintuitive.com, also The Detox Intuitive on YouTube. I'm here to do a love spell. Now, before we get started, I want you guys to know that this isn't a love binding spell because I personally don't believe in binding people to you. This is a spell that we're going to do to get a lover to come towards you, also to get a lover to think of you constantly. Now, before you do this spell, make sure that this is the person you desire to be with, that you truly, truly, truly desire to be with. Why? Because these are very hard to reverse. Now, the ingredients I'm going to be using are a red organic candle. Everything I use is organic. There's no chemicals, there's no toxins in anything because, of course, you don't want to use toxic chemicals around you, but you also don't want to use it around a love spell because you're going to be putting toxins into your relationship and you don't want that. So I'm using this red heart candle that is organic. I think it's a soy candle. I'm using just some sage. You can also use copal. I would not recommend Palo Santo in this. I'm using 3 oils that you can find on thedetoxintuitive.com. One is Come to Me. It's an oil to get a lover to actually come to you. And you can see there's, oil infused. It's got herbs and things of that nature in it. I'm also using our Think of Me Constantly oil. So this is an oil that has your lover think of you constantly. I'm also using an oil of abundance. Now, why am I using our Queen of Abundance oil? Well, I'm using our Queen of Abundance oil because, quite honestly, when both of you are in an abundant mindset, love comes together a lot easier. Have you ever been in a relationship with someone who is broke? That's really hard to work, right? So I want the both of us to be abundant. Now, I'm just going to use any name during this love spell because I don't want to, use anyone's name in public. So I'm just going to pick like a random, very common name, or maybe I won't even use a name at all. But you're going to take your candle here. And the first thing you can do, you can put it on a dish so you don't make a mess. But for all intents and purposes, I'm not going to use a dish because I want you to see everything. I'm going to take the sage and what I'm going to do is cleanse everything I'm using. So I'm going to take a match here. And I've got some spices over here, and I'm going to introduce you to those. And I'm first going to light this match. And I'm going to light the sage. Ooh, a lot of sage falling off. I'll use that in a sage bath tonight. I don't waste anything. My grandma taught me that. Okay, and I'm going to cleanse the candle because we don't know, a shop worker, a candle maker, someone else's hands was on this and you don't want their love situation in yours. I'm going to cleanse the spices I'm going to be using. All the oils I'm using, the crystals, these sat out under the full moon, under the moonlight and cleanse, but I'm going to cleanse them anyway. Okay, I'm going to let this sage burn. And I'm going to call in the 4 elements of earth, fire, air, and water. So I have an actual wand that I use that is also for sale on my site, but we've got an earth element here. We have a fire element with the sage. We have an air element with the plants because plants produce oxygen. So we're going to get a little dish and we're going to put some water in it. Now I'm going to just take this clear glass and I'm going to sage the clear glass. And then I'm just going to take purified water because we don't want to use non-purified water. So now we have all of the 4 elements: earth, air, fire, water. We need to light this sage again. What we're going to do is we're going to actually, notice I'm not lighting the candle yet because I'll probably light the candle under a new moon to bring energy in. We're going to create a love candle. So I've got some coriander powder here, just a little bit. I've got some Ceylon cinnamon, some organic cinnamon sticks, and I've even got some cinnamon oil. Now, the beautiful thing about cinnamon oil is it loves to be sticky, so things stick to it. Finding my cinnamon oil is a different story. Okay, so I'm going to take my cinnamon oil, and I'm just going to, this is organic cinnamon essential oil. And I'm going to anoint the candle. And I'm just, I mean, pick any name, you know. My lover comes to me. He is so in love with me. He can't keep his eyes off of me. He desires me and me only. He thinks of me constantly. Now, I'm going to take some of the Think of Me Constantly oil. My lover thinks of me constantly. He cannot keep his mind off of me. Now, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this butter knife and I'm going to put some coriander on top of here, and it's just going to stick. It's just going to stick. It's not going to want to come off at all. It's going to want to stick to that cinnamon. See? See how it's sticking? I'm also going to take a fresh cinnamon stick. We have powder as well. Let's do the powder first, actually. This is why you want to do this on a plate. Because it's messy. Whoa, I got a lot. My lover is so in love with me. We are so abundant together. We are so in love with each other. Our lives go better when we're together. Our intimacy is so strong. All he can do is think about me. Kind of hard for him to concentrate. Nothing comes in between our love. Nothing, no one. Now, I'm going to take the cinnamon stick. Like I said, be careful who you do this. I actually had someone do this on me one time. Talk about a pain in the ass to get rid of. So, I'm going to actually take a butter knife and scrape a little cinnamon on top of it. My lover comes to me. He is my life partner. Nothing gets in between us. We are honest, trustworthy, reliable to one another. We can count on one another. Now, I'm going to take the abundant oil and I'm going to rub it around the candle because we want to be more abundant, right, when we're with our partner, because that just, you know, the feeling of balance and prosperity really seals in the deal for, how should I say this, for love, because it's difficult in a relationship to be in a relationship when the relationship isn't abundant. So abundance isn't just about money. It's about having an abundant connection, having an abundant sex life, having an abundant sense of peace because you know your partner is loyal to you. If you've ever been with someone that wasn't loyal, you know how uneasy you get around that. You just feel it. Your intuition feels it. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to take this oil. I'll put a few more drops of the oils you can find on the detoxintuitive.com on top. I'm going to push the oil in, and then on the new moon, I'm going to light this oil and let it burn all the way down. Thanks so much, you guys. I'm Andrea Cox, the detoxintuitive.com. You can get private readings. You can get Akashic record lookup and rewrites. You can get health readings, twin flame readings, all of these oils, and so much more. Be well.